Hey, everybody. It's Yvette Nicole Brown.
Danny Pudi.
Allison Bray.
Alex Cooley.
Kyle Newacek.
Dan Harmon.
Nice.
And this is Contemporary Impressionists.
This episode came on the heels of a panic call from NBC based on the fact that someone from NBC watched one of the episodes from the third season, and it was the one where Joel attacks the study table with a fire axe. So they called me in a panic and asked me to temper Joel's anger.
In that episode?
And we were currently, this was the episode we were working on. I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that worked out.
Last where he hulks out and throws children across the room.
My God.
What if they had called
cool.
and said, why can't you make Winger more angry? He needs to be angrier.
Hello, I love that.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite moments.
Hello.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the first thing back after the year. It was really jarring to hear people make New Year's jokes like in April
Why did
or
they
whenever
do it?
the hell.
Also, we aired it out
right.
of order. We
Of course
came
why.
back with the wedding episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was a smart move because if in terms of air order, I think on the DVD, I'm reminding myself that we should just put these in the right order because air order is a political thing. Like we did what we had to do to try to make the show well received, but there's a continuity to these episodes that I hope is we should just do it straight on the DVD.
Over break.
I feel it's really important that everyone know Jim Pressions, the gentleman who
He's amazing.
was just doing a good Tommy Lee Jones, also does a good absolutely everyone else.
He does like a one-man show of just impressions, doesn't he?
Yeah, YouTube this man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does walking later. That's his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was amazing.
It's like him doing a Shakespearean play, doing like everyone from like Elliot Gould, like voices that you didn't even know were voices.
Due to something to do with shooting schedule, Joel has stubble in this scene, natural stubble, very handsome.
Yeah.
For some reason, he was clean shaven. In the next scene, you'll see him in the hallway. We had to like super glue pubic hair to his face to simulate 5 o'clock shadow. It's pretty jarring to me.
Yeah.
Was it at least your
Because I remember I had to be clean shaven to play Seacrest, to play
Oh, that's what it
Hulk
was.
Seacrest.
And then we shot this later.
Yeah, we shot it later. So it was and the look on the poor makeup department was like, you have to put a beard on me.
How long were you in the chair for that?
Takes 2 hours.
Yeah. For a beard.
It's like what, individual hairs? Do?
Individual hairs.
Yikers.
It's crazy. Well, I would just put glue on my face and then rub my face on Chevy's belly. And the hair comes right off.
This is directed by Kyle Newacek.
Is he here?
Who comes to us courtesy of Workaholics. Maybe you've heard of it. Comedy
Purple
Central.
Wizards. Purple
Yep.
Wizards.
Purple Wizards
He
in
also
the
did-
house. That's right.
Also directed the matrimony episode.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I hung out on that lot for
We
a
had a
little
good
bit.
time. Yeah,
It
you were
was
there for a
cool.
while.
It was like a childhood dream come true.
Newacek and Schraub have a similarity to their efficiency on set because they come from the DIY universe. I mean,
Right.
it's like, there's neither is worse than the other, but it's like there's maneuverability. If you've taught yourself to like hold a camera and like shoot your own stuff, then when you're shooting it, you're editing in your head too, like you're storyboarding. Like Newacek and Schraub come in and they know what shots they need, and then because they're thinking in their head, what if I had to edit this?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've edited, though.
I know.
Tell you that
You
much.
should tell them, Dan. You should threaten the directors and go, you might edit this. And just walk away.
There's a chance.
I'm gonna use your director's cut. It's not just a formality. I'm gonna broadcast it.
You got that?
I think the dream team is, I would say, I hope I don't offend anybody by saying this, but let's say we got 13 for the fourth season. Let's do Schraub, Shapiro, Newacek. Oh shit, Ekman's sitting out there. Ekman.
Oh, the
The
T-Tram.
great Dan
What?
Ekman.
Well, could we just pause for a moment for the Dean orgasm?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
pretty
please.
important.
This is a
number
guy
of-
This
humming
made me laugh
on
so
national
hard.
He has
television.
an he
I think I had Jim do this like 7 or 8
it
times
was,
just because it
every
was
take
hilarious.
was incredible.
It was like
I love the like the jackknife, like the action figure.
Right in his shadow.
Right there.
Yep. Yeah.
But then
and he's back. And he's back.
And he did. There was versions that were way bigger than that.
too hot for TV.
Oh, it was so
Far
good.
too
Oh,
hot.
and
Oh,
now
here's my
French
guy.
Stewart.
This is
So great.
It's one of the favorite Chevy runs.
this Chevy run with French Stewart.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
One of the greatest lasting jokes that we have behind the scenes.
We're convinced that Chevy didn't open his mouth, so that way he would only have to do this in ADR.
Because the line is Burt Reynolds, and it's burr, burr, burr.
By the-
Burt Reynolds.
Well, they were supposed to go back. It was supposed
Charles
to be
Conch.
Fat Brando. He
Fat
would say
Brando.
Fat Brando. He'd say Burt Reynolds, and then he was supposed to say Burt Reynolds again.
Burt Reynolds? And
Right.
then,
So
like,
you
a
go like this.
question?
It'd be like, I'll go ready. It was like, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds?
Where it was? Wait, what?
Loved it.
I thought this was
Ego
pretty cool.
Apple.
bro.
That was
I
Yeah,
know.
this was a.
Was this the
That was
first
one of my
graphic we had
favorite
ever
jokes.
done? Is it the first like graphic joke
Well,
we
I
had done?
guess, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the definition of graphic. I remember the online response was because this was one of the first episodes back, and it was like so
Yeah,
a
they-
lot of rhetorical questions like, "Are you going to do that a lot?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
people really were kind of affected by that little graphic there. For some
But I
reason.
think that
This
they're
is-
affected by anything that they can notice. And I think
Yeah.
that the compliment there is that they've stopped comparing the show to
it
Arrested
is.
Development and Freaks and Geeks. Oh,
There
I
it
just
was.
saw French
Did-
Stewart.
did I talk over it?
No, but yeah, but French Stewart was so good at playing like just a straight kind of bad guy, like a
Yeah.
thug.
Yeah,
It's
right.
so different from how I had ever imagined him, and he was just
But he's a lifesaver. We really owe him a lot. It was only through a personal relationship between him and our line producer, Pat Kenlin, that French, it's weird to call him French, came on board and did this. And it's something that an actor is not exactly chomping at the bit to do is do the bit where he's making fun of
Yeah, he's a
French
wasp. He's
Stewart.
saying that-
Yeah.
So it's cool of him to do that, but also just to come to the set of Community because we couldn't get anybody. We were, we wanted. I don't remember who the original
Why is it
idea
so hard
was.
for us to get people?
I don't know. I just think
Well,
our
this would
show
be
is like
particularly,
cancer.
but this would be a particularly difficult. This is a difficult role to cast because, because you said they have to play themselves. And there's that
Yeah.
line where he says, "I wish I could tear this face."
I
off."
know.
I know.
He came to play, man.
Yeah,
the
he
dude
did.
was
So good.
down.
Yeah.
He was just throwing it out
And he's
there
like,
that morning.
when
and
the
it's-
well that is French Stewart
Yeah.
dries
Yeah.
up, you go into management.
Oh,
it was
man.
so amazing.
Speaking of stunt casting, one of the original the versions of the story, the Ryan Seacrest thing, was going to be that Joel goes to this party and there's a bunch of Ryan Seacrest impersonators and Jeff Winger is such a good Ryan Seacrest that they're jealous of him and they're like they're threatening him because he's an outsider coming into their gig, and so he gets cornered by a bunch of Ryan Seacrest impersonators who are going to cut his pretty face, and then there's allusions made to the ultimate like Bill Simmons, the world's greatest Ryan Seacrest impersonator, and they worship, and then he appears, and we were going to try to get Seacrest to cameo, but then ADR like a falsetto voice. It's just like he looks exactly like Ryan Seacrest, but he talks like this. And then he would make this speech like, put it down. What are you doing? This used to be about looking like Ryan Seacrest. What have we become? And just do the big speech and shame them all into letting Jeff go.
I thought one of the greatest jokes in this was the
Oh.
two Michael Jacksons. I can't. I
Yes.
just and Gillian. We've always said Gillian looks like later in life Michael Jackson, and I'm walking like that as Oprah because my feet hurt so
Great
bad in
Oprah.
those shoes.
Great Oprah.
Holy
Great
crap, the
Oprah.
Oprah.
Oh yeah.
And they
Yeah.
let
Did you do Oprah before this?
No, it's my first Oprah, and they let me ad lib the all my life I has to fight.
fight,
And they
yeah.
let me ad lib it, and they let me ad lib the. "Ah!" So I got to really play with her.
Well, you
she
saved one of
does
the
that.
jokes because he's like it didn't really land. I wouldn't want him next to me in a foxhole, but then we were able to drop in, and you're going, "Whoo!"
Yeah,
that's right.
That becomes the punchline.
Yeah.
Funny
It's just
joke.
her.
Laugh. Yeah.
You had so much Oprah inside
Hey.
knowledge that you brought.
I did,
Yo.
'cause the
Like
thing
your
is-
pinky ring and
Yeah,
everything.
Hey,
yeah,
for
she
real,
wears a
though.
pink ring. And then I told you about the feet. I said, it's okay if my feet hurt because Oprah wears her shoes for like 5 seconds. She walks
you
out
go.
in them, then she
Hey.
takes them off. So
And
it
that's
was
your buddy right there.
Shout out to
Kyle.
my homie Blake Anderson.
Aw.
Thanks for coming out, dude. This is awesome. I'm glad you and Chev got a scene together.
Yeah.
I love how Chevy's mustache does not.
I know it's rad.
This really made me feel bad. Sorry for Pierce. Like the fact that he, you know, is defeated and he comes back and he just says, "Okay, I'm Fat Brando." Like it was so.
It's so hard. That's
It's
so
sad
rough.
to me, man. That's
And
sad.
the shirt works for both of them.
That's rough.
We try to find little stories for Chevy to do by himself because he's a soloist. I mean, I'm not talking smack about him, but he's not like we're just like if he's not going to do Who's on First with another guy.
No,
he
he
doesn't.
don't play that.
He needs to be set apart and like he's a virtuoso soloist.
Like I think one of the funniest things that I shot with Chev was the ice cream thing.
Yeah.
The ice cream bit that you guys wrote where he just like can't stop the ice cream machine from the other one. That was legitimate. Watching
Even
him
how
just do
Ken
that.
holds a nightstick. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Danny's mom visited for the first set.
My
the
mom
first
and
time.
mother-in-law came
No
to set
regrets.
this day when
Oh,
I'm
that's right.
dressed as Jamie Lee Curtis with bright red lipstick.
Did you
And I
warn
think
them? You didn't warn them either, did
Bridget's
you?
mom
No, I
must
think
have been
Alex,
like,
you
"Who
wanted
did
me to
my-"
like pull my hair back more and like get sexed
Yeah.
up a little bit more.
Well,
It-
has anyone ever, like, has a fan come up to you and been like, I have to admit, you're a really hot Jamie Lee Curtis.
People do
Slightly
it
attracted
all the time,
to you.
and the sad thing is coming to realization that I do look like her. Like, in some, like
Danny's
from
been
some
shooting
angle.
probably a
a
sad
movie in Europe,
realization
and
for
he's
her,
been
too.
mistaken. For
Yeah,
some-
I've been mistaken for her.
This was a
Well, it's not. I'm not proud of it, but I understand it. The only thing I tried to
Yeah,
really
she's
make a
got
big
it
deal.
worse.
Yeah,
She's-
she definitely does. I try to pull out my armpit hair as much as possible in this episode,
Just
just
to
to
man
kind
up.
of like, just to show like, hey, I'm a guy.
I remember this day I was like kind of a pain because I was BB and CC were getting their star on the Walk of Fame and I was speaking at it, and I was like every 5 seconds coming up to Alex like, can I go? And it was just like they finally just said, just get out of here, please, so we can finish shooting in peace. So that's why I'm not like in the background of any of this.
Yeah.
I mean, I hide from background shots anyway, but that's why you don't see me anywhere in the bar mitzvah until I do my part. 'Cause they let me sneak away for 2 hours.
I thought
Chang
this was
Tong.
cool. This was a new thing for your
Chang
show
Tong.
too, right?
Yeah.
Doing these bubbles.
Yeah,
There's
everyone
Jake
hated
New in
it.
the background.
weird.
Everyone
What's that?
online hated it.
Everybody hated it.
Who did hate?
That's the graphic stuff I'm talking about
Yeah, I
that people
know.
were
Yeah.
asking about.
How can that be the line that they draw? Of all the things.
Phoebe.
This is where
Yeah.
we see the
Phoebe.
fake Dean for the faux Dean for later.
By the way, I didn't know that How I Met Your Mother actually used the same actor, our friend JP Manu, for a fake Moby. Like they did a
Oh, they
fake
did too?
Moby thing.
Really?
Oh.
Well, I'm so dumb. I didn't even know when I read it on the page. I didn't understand the joke because I was like, Foxby? What the hell is that?
Kyle.
I'm dumb. I'm a dumb guy. You know what I mean?
A dumb guy with terrific hair.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's
It's blonde right
dyed
now,
hair.
ladies. It's blonde.
It took me about a month, but I did it all
looks-
myself.
That's it.
Look at Gillian. Look at Gillian. I'm
Great
really
Gillian,
Michael.
she's
Great
selling
Michael.
it,
Oh,
man.
this is a hell of a
Great,
slap
great
right here.
Michael.
She is translucent. And
Yeah.
she's opal.
Yeah.
You put her next to that girl from what's that cold case?
Oh, there's somebody on Cold Case that's pale.
Oh, yeah, the
it's like
blondie.
the whitest woman in the world. She's like there's a color brighter than white. You can see through her.
Not Kevin Bacon's wife.
I just
Isn't that
want
a cold
to.
cedric show? What is it?
No, not Keira
You
Sedgwick.
guys don't
Keira
know what I'm talking
Sedgwick.
about?
No, she's
Um,
she's not as white as Gillian.
What's gonna happen?
I don't
Oh,
know.
we're back.
okay.
This is the freak out.
So again, this is.
Or no, this is lead up to the freak
Oh,
out.
these dudes
Nice.
ruled.
That
These
Bono-
dudes were the coolest
that Bono
impersonators
is
in the
insane.
episode.
That Bono is ridiculous.
I like the fake Bono doesn't have an Irish
Yeah,
accent.
that
Yeah.
cracked me up, man. It's like, are you even gonna try? He's like,
Nope.
no.
And
I'm
he's
like,
when you
good,
look
don't
that much,
try.
when you look that much like Bono, you don't have to try.
You hire me for my face.
Yeah, man.
The set was unbelievable.
It really was.
Yeah.
That's my Lorenzo Lamas lookalike that I was piggyback riding. That guy, by the way, awesome guy, but he's like from South America. So what was his name?
Yeah, no, I can't remember. It wasn't Lorenzo, unfortunately.
Oh, he did have a business card that he was handing out.
Yeah.
He did.
He
he
was
was like
fantastic.
a juggler, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing was we had this set for one day, I think, or we were running out of time. With
It
the
was
set.
one day.
Yeah, 'cause
One
they had
day.
to be
said-
turned around to
yeah,
something else, right?
They said you have to get it, and we had all those kids there that once you start
Oh, they would turn
after a
into
certain
pumpkins,
amount of time, it's like $30,000.
Well, there's one of the kids changes into a different kid mid-run
Mid-run.
because he had to go. We used up his 8 hours or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
He had to go get tutored for 2
Right.
hours.
Yeah.
This is our big moment,
School.
Joel. This
Here we
is
go.
This is the big.
I regret
kiss.
There it is.
There
Look at that.
Yes.
I edited out. He flips this table, and I edited it out.
You
Because
know,
of
that's the
anger
one
issue
thing I
from
wanted to
Sonny.
ask you about, bud.
It felt a little. I was chicken about it, and I regret it.
I thought it was cool.
It was cool. It was funny.
Put it on the
I should have let him
DVD,
flip the table.
Yeah.
What's dope is how much Hulk I watched before this episode.
We did that. Like, how many takes did we do of that kiss, Joel? About 10.
Yeah, a lot.
I think I put you guys through about
And then
15.
they had to reset that suit every time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And then we had to run away
That's
in
the
those
best.
heels
Yes.
that killed my
3
feet.
and 2.
Ken's fingers there. He
3
points
kids
to
on
exactly
one
how,
side,
yeah.
he points 2 kids on the other
like
side.
he has that ready to go.
Oh boy, here we go.
Joel's runaway kills
And you guys
me.
can tell how
That is one of the funniest.
I still can't run. That's 2 bad runs
no,
in this season.
Joel, I text you. Like, I was watching that the night, and I text him immediately. I was laughing so hard. I'm still laughing. Your runaway is hilarious.
Why would I run? It's like somehow
Oh
my
my
thigh
God.
muscles have grown to the point I can't.
So,
Can't
I
run normally.
literally a belly laugh in my living room when you ran away. Oh, my God.
My wife was just like, oh, all right.
Oh,
Way
it's
to
so
go.
funny. Oh, I love it. I
That-
wish we could rewind it and watch it again.
I remember you coming off with your shirt off, having just taken your shirt off, and I was like, "Oh, that take was so good, Joel. You looked so good." And you were like, "Why, thank you." And I was like, "I kind of was talking about the tape. I think I may have just sexually harassed Joel." Now,
I'll take it.
do I back out of it and make him feel bad about himself? No. I'm just doubling down.
Back into it.
Back into it.
Oh, God, Joel.
This guy was great.
He was such a
Unbelievable.
ham, man. He
was-
tried to throw in so many lines. Remember that? Where he was just
gave us
trying to
the
get
Robin
every
Williams
quote.
canon. I mean, he gave us everything.
And
It
he
was
sounds so
yeah.
scarily like Robin
Yeah.
Williams.
Like really.
I think
like-
Tim and Eric used him in a.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's how we knew about him.
that's
like,
right. Yeah, they did. I remember that. It's
Tim
very
and Eric
funny.
did a sketch where Tim
He
gives
goes right
Eric
into
a
it.
Robin
He
Williams.
just took his nose off.
Angry dad.
It's amazing. Without the
Angry
wig,
Dad.
Angry
without
Dad,
the wig,
yeah.
it looks like instead of Michael Jackson, he's going to go to a Renaissance fair.
love the- I love
Rutger
the-
Hauer
Blade
from
Runner.
Blade Runner.
I love the music behind
Who was
this.
that last
It's
one
still
supposed
sad.
to
Tom Cruise.
Tom
Oh,
Cruise.
Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
This is
Great
another
contrast.
case of a act break we needed to move. So that's why we had to bridge these 2 scenes. There was supposed to be a commercial break there, but it was another case. You've heard me on other commentaries talking about how our act breaks our third acts were too short. So several episodes we had to move the where the commercial came.
It's always a bummer. It's always a bummer when you got
Yeah.
to do that.
Because I the commercial structure with NBC works well with my story structure in all other ways. Like I like to cross a threshold at the first commercial break and hit a low point at the second commercial break and then resolve things in the third act. But because it takes very little time to resolve things in a sitcom, our third acts are very short.
But is this is the scene that made us have to switch the order, right? It was the Troy and Abed beginning of the rift. Is that right? Like,
no, I can't. No. It didn't make us have to switch. The thing that made us switch the order is that we were coming back from our huge hiatus,
oh,
and we were worried that this episode was not a great red carpet for any new viewers that were tuning in.
got it.
We had an opportunity to jumpstart a new audience, and we thought that Shirley's wedding episode was it was the characters in a community college being themselves, and this episode is them dressed as
Right.
lunatics.
And that was always Sony and NBC's problem with it, like from the minute we pitched it.
yeah.
This was the first scene that I shot, and
Yep.
I remember it just
Yeah.
broke my heart.
I know this was.
I was like, this is
Kyle,
hella sad.
Donald, and I were like heartbroken here. Monday
That's
morning at
huge,
8 a.m.
yeah.
3 dudes like, what are we doing?
Like,
That
God
is the
damn, I love
saddest
my
thing.
friends.
I
I love
know.
my friends.
Not
I'm gonna call
returning
them all up
that.
right now.
Dude, the fan response to that. And by the way, can you see Joel's butt crack
Oh,
right
man.
there?
There it is. There's no way to stop it.
Yeah, between
very
you,
high.
Joel, without your shirt on, and Danny looking really hot in a black dress, I felt very bad about my body as a woman. I just was like, I should be trying harder.
I wanted to.
You've got that Ivy League brain. You have nothing to worry about.
Joel's, we've talked about this before, but Joel's butt crack and my cleavage are both very high.
They're at the same
Yeah.
level.
They're at that like
It is
my
good it is
my
not
cleavage
part of the
starts,
same person.
Starts right under my my clavicle.
If they were part of the same person, they might meet.
Yeah, and his is at his shoulder blades.
The woods outside of Greendale.
Yep.
The scary, scary woods. That's the cafeteria.
Is that the
Troy and Abed's
cafeteria?
relationship this
Cafeteria.
year, I wanted to, like I've said in other commentaries, like I wanted to show the cost of being Abed's friend this year. Not just to do it, but because if you were 14 when you started watching Community, then you're 17 this season, and those are dramatically revolutionary years for you. If you were 17, then you're turning 20. Like if you're growing up with Troy and Abed, I want Troy and Abed to grow too. I don't want them to just be Ernie and Bert. I want them to.
Aw.
I want them to be real people, and I want to obviously keep what you like about them. But this season we explore. Abed's not identical to Troy. He has his own issues.
This was when I watched this on TV, I was blown away. I
Again,
was
this is
blown
all
away, man.
posts because
Yeah.
switching from one chair to the other and the green screens and making sure we switch plates and
I was like, damn, that's a cool spaceship.
Yeah, and we shot this first, and I remember being like texting with you, Dan, and we didn't like we wrote the ending so quickly that it was I had to ask you like sort of where are we landing with this? Are we really going dark? Is he saying? What are we saying about Abed?
I thought it was cool, and I also thought it was dope that you didn't cut back out. You just left it in that world. I thought that was radical. And this dude.
Yeah.
That's it. Just that quiver, man.
his hand is always shaking.
His lips too. What is that about?
Because he does it in patent.
Serious.
Gentlemen, who's ready to Chang the world?
Smallest crowd.
Six. Still mightier than our group, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody.